Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to TRG Central. Tonight we'll be finishing up our coverage of the winners of 2 plus Triple Crown races and Special Friends Tourney. This is episode 5B. Be sure to check out our other episodes for information about the series. So, let's go ahead and get the final episode underway. Final episode is going to cover the finals race car. It'll feature 2 match races and then the tournament final. First thing we'll do, we'll take a look at the betting. So let's go to the betting parlor and take a look at Bettor winnings. And there you go. Now these current funds are current as of all the wagers that's been placed on the finals race card. So that would mean the total bet is correct, but the win bet is not, because all of the bets that were considered the off-track bets have, of course, not been won or lost yet. And same with the winning percentage. As you can see there, this does reflect that everybody has 2 or 3 bets that have not been processed yet, or races run yet. And that will go over to the pending bets. And these are all the wagers for the upcoming race card. And you see we'll have the Kenilworth Park Gold Cup and the Great Match Rate Stakes, and then of course the TRG Finals. So here you can see how everybody wagered using the off-track betting. Return. Finals race card. First thing up is we need to switch the season to pull first match race, and that race will be in the all-time race 1. Here we go to feature races and pull out of the races that are available there, and that'll be this one. We'll get the horses, and you see we have Sir Barton in post 1 versus Man of War in post 2. You see how much of a difference in weights the 2 horses are carrying. And if you remember a little bit about the history, this is Man of War's 3-year-old season and Sir Barton's 4-year-old season. And this is Man of War's last race of his career, and the only race where he raced against an older horse. So let's go to the race card for this race.
Track conditions are fast.
And here are the odds. The Barton morning line ended up at 13-1, while Man of War 8-1. Coming off the betting public, we have Man of War paying $1.10 for a dollar, and Sir Barton will pay $2.10 for a dollar if they would win. Purse is $75,000. If I remember correctly, this is the largest purse of its time, and it was run 11/12/1920 in actually Kenilworth Park, 10 furlong, and the track condition was fast. Now let's go and see. We'll take a quick look at Homestretch Harry. He has a pretty even match. He raced them both 27s in the super secret formula. I guess we're ready to get the race started. Okay, as usual, we'll go up and get the speed regulator set up. So we'll have a nice rate to follow in the video. And Mandalore will get out of the gate first. So I think we're ready to run spectator mode. And it looks like that we are as soon as the track speed it changes. And there they go. It looks like they're pretty even going into the first turn. Going into the backstretch, it's still very even. Oh, looks like Tote Board has got a 1, maybe 2 space lead on Mandalore in the backstretch. Let's see if it holds up. And there's our finish.
The race is finished.
Looks like Tote Board wins.
The APBA world record is broken.
And home stretch, Harry, look at that one. He was the only one that went with Tote Board and picked up $1,320. Everybody else lost.
Hot dog! Ballpark! Hot dog!
Okay, you see Tote Board time was 159.24. He wins $52,500. And that's why Home Stretch Harry won so much money. The payoff was $26.40. Okay, so let's go and save the results. And we'll head back over to the main screen and get the next race. That's in 1975. That's our second match race of the evening.
Welcome to APBA.
Go through all the races in 75 and pull the one we want. And that's the Great Match Race 6. And it's going to be run at Belmont Park. Okay, and it's Ruffian in Post 1, Holy Pleasure in 2. They look pretty even in their ratings. And let's see, we'll go over to the race card.
The track conditions are fast.
Okay, this race is running July the 6th, 1975. 10 furlong, dirt, condition, 5 horse, and this one is $350,000. And you can see the odds, 11-2 for Ruffian, 11-1 for Foolish Pleasure. Ruffian paying $1.10 to $1, while Holy Pleasure pays $2.90. Okay, let's see what Home Stretch Harry has to say. He's saying Ruffian is the favorite. I think it's ready to start the race. Again, we'll go get the speed regulator set up. And Ruffian will be out of the gate first. I think we're off. And out of the gate, they're even. All the way into the first turn, they're still even. Going into the backstretch. And it looks like Holy Pleasure gained the lead. And now we're in the home stretch, and Holy Pleasure looks like he may be pulling the mild upset.
The The
There
race
we
is
go.
finished.
Holy pleasure wins.
This feature race record is broken.
You take a look at the bets. Nobody managed to win, as nobody thought that Foolish Pleasure had a chance. And there you go. Foolish Pleasure ran the 159.58. Picked up a nice $225,000. Save this race. And now it's time for the finals of our tournament. So pick up our tournament data disc. And go over to the schedule and get this race underway. And you see we finished all the other races other than the finals. Finals is at the purse of $8 million. Go ahead and get the race started. And here we are in the padlock area. You see Seattle Slew, Rachel Alexandria, Northern Dancer, Sparty Jones, Spectacular Bid, Omaha, Risen Star, and Affirmative. So we'll go ahead and take a look at the race card.
The track conditions are fast.
And there's your updated morning line. It looks like morning line is favoring Northern Dancer. Take a look at the betting public. And Rachel Alexander is far and away the long shot, with Seattle Slew being the favorite. See what Home Stretch Cherry has to say. Wow, for some of a horse that the betting public doesn't seem to want to wager on, he has Rachel Alexandria and Northern Dancer as his top horses. Okay, I think that's it. As you have seen at the beginning of the episode, all the wagering has been done using the off-track betting, so we should be good to go.
And we're waiting for number 8.
Okay. Put that down the pit. Get our speed regulators set up and we'll be off to the races. It looks like Rachel Alexandria is going to be out first. That's pretty interesting. Consider she's the only filly that lasted. In fact, remember she was in the first race, the play-in race. First out of the gate. Let's go ahead and get the race started. And they're off. It is a 10 furlong race, and we are racing at TRG Downs. There's 5 horses after the first turn, all tied. Heading into the stretch, the first turn we have 3 horses now that jumped out to
get your peanuts here.
But everybody is all bunched up. Rachel Alexandria and Sparty Jones seem to be fighting and they put a little distance between them and the rest of the pack. Let's see what happens in the back stretch. Hey, it's still Rachel. Oh, Rachel is now has, whoa, who's that? Spectacular Bid. and Northern Dancer pulled up right behind Rachel Alexandria in the back stretch. Will be heading into the clubhouse turn, and Northern Dancer is caught Rachel Alexandria. Let's see what happens coming into the home stretch. Oh, the Rachel pulled ahead again by about 1 space. And now we're into the home stretch, and Rachel has a slimmer lead over Northern Dancer, and Spectacular Fit is third. Seattle Slew is in a position to be about fourth. Oh, Northern Dancer is caught up to Rachel Alexandria, and so is Seattle Slew. Wow. It's going to be a race to the finish. To Rachel Alexandria, looks like she may have held out the boards. We'll go
The
down
race
to
is
the
finished.
official.
This replay race record is broken.
First, we'll
The
check
APBA world record is broken.
the betting window, and you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wagers were good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11 wagers were misses. Cooler picked up 2 wins on a place in show bet. Okay. Let's go to the final charts. Rachel Alexander with 158.05. Seattle Slew is second. Northern Dancer third. Spectacular Bid fourth. And Rising Star fifth. Omaha 6, Forma 7, and Smarty Jones 8. We'll save those stats. And let's go to the betting parlor and see what the final standings is for Bettor winnings. And we have the cooler fund $3,435. He managed to win close to $3,000. Home stretch Harry, our handicapper, did extremely well too. And let's see, myself, I just barely made a $33. And we can see who made the most bets. 33 by Alpha Chatter. 1 bets, the most win bets were by the cooler and home stretch Harry. And the win percentage was home stretch Harry at the best winning. Isn't that interesting? The track handicapper came through and had the best winning percentage.
Peanut, get your peanuts here.
Us that competed in the tournament. Well, this is Gary at TRG Central. I hope you all enjoyed the tournament. There was quite a few to see. There was quite a few wagers back in the tournament. Probably close to 300. Let's go back and just see if we can. Yeah, let's do the Hall of Fame to wrap up the podcast. Okay, Rachel Alexandria has 5 starts, 3 wins. She has got the best winning percentage. Look at that. Rachel, Seattle Slew, and Northern Dancer are top 3 horses in the final. All were in the money every race that they ran. Rachel managed to win nearly $8.5 million. And as you see the points given out for the horses, she managed 192. So I think you have to call Rachel Alexandria probably the horse is the of the winners of 2 plus Triple Crown races in all sorts of categories. And here's her, let's take a quick look at her racing history here. She finished third in the play-in race in the round of 64, and won the quarterfinals, semifinals, and finals. That is really, really outstanding. Okay, let's go back. In real life, she won $2.2 million in the tournament. Like I said, she newly made $8.5 million. Let's take a look at Seattle Flu. In the first and round 64, second in the quarters, semifinals first, second in the finals. And he ended up with $5 million. And third, we'll take a quick look at Northern Dancer. Didn't do quite as well as Seattle Flu. He had a second in the round of 64, won the quarterfinals, second in the semis, third in the finals. Ended up with a little over $3 million. Okay, I think the last thing to say is I hope everybody had a great time watching the winners of 2 plus Triple Crown races and Special Friend Tournament on the TRG Central channel. We do have a special announcement. We are probably going to run another series on the TRG Central channel for my ASRG Style Racing for Windows game. There was some comments about possibly running Secretariat Triple Crown races. That's Kentucky, Preakness, and the Belmont. We'll see when we have time to do that, maybe sometime later in March. And again, it's just kind of fun to bring back an old program that I worked on many years ago. And as you can see, as we were running the races, I tweaked the game a little bit to make it a little easier to run tournaments and to run the schedule. So I think that's it from TRG Central. Again, have a nice evening, and thank you for joining in on this interesting series using our ASRG APBA Racing for Windows Wayback Machine. Good night.